everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been so long since I did a video. I have been super busy with my family, enjoying summer and just taking some time out really, and I'm back. So the kids are back in school. I've got a day off today and I decided I wanted to create some things, and I'm going to do a tutorial on this beauty here. So before I get into what I'll be doing, I just want to give a big shout out to this lovely lady who I met on Facebook. She's from Russia, and I'm going to pronounce her wrong. I bet I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Her name's Alonya Ivchik, and she does have a YouTube channel. And it's, I think most of her video, if not all her videos, are in Russian, but you can go ahead and check out her link, go and show her some love. And she is just so talented, super talented lady. So Alyona, if you're watching, hello, and thank you so much for the inspiration for this particular card. So I saw a video she put up on Facebook, and it was a really beautiful ice cream cone card. So I decided to do a few for myself, and I did tweak the idea a bit. So on Alyona's cards, this bit here, the bottom of the cone, was the bit that opened. On mine, I actually made the whole card base as a cone, and I will show you how I came about doing that, and I'm going to do a full tutorial on this. So I'll just show you quickly, give you an overview of this one. So I've used a beautiful embossing folder, which I'll show you in a second. Actually, I'll show it you now. It is a Crafter's Companion one, and it's from the Vintage Tea Party collection, and it's this beautiful embossing folder. And I love, you know, like the almost like the wafer detail that you get. So I love the doilies on the background, and I created this top layer using this embossing folder, and I could, you know, you can move it around and place it wherever you like. So I've used this, I'll show you all the bits and pieces I've used. So I've used this for the base layer, so this is another layer on top of the actual card base. I've also used some paper doilies, which I've used this die, again from the same collection as the Vintage Tea Party doily die, and this is one of my favorite doily dies ever. And then the papers all came from this Vintage Tea Party 6x6 paper pad, and I've used that to cut out the doilies and also the insert to coordinate. So these are the bits and pieces I used, and then I've used quite a lot of paper flowers from my stash, and I decided to bust out my lace scrap box. And I'm not even kidding, I'm going to show you what this box looks like, because I need to use a lot of it, and it's huge. It's like a 13 by 13 box, and it is ram full of different laces and trims, and it's just chocker. And a lot of my laces and trims have, look at it, it's just full. I tell you, it's just full. Show you this way. It's just full of bits and pieces that I need to use up. So at the moment I'm packing a few things up, because I'm going to be moving out of this craft room. So I want to use up a lot of the things that I've got just lying around in boxes and cards and things. So for this, that's what I've used. And then these are some paper flowers from Prima and Wild Orchid Crafts, and scraps of lace here that you can see. And I've just typed up "You Are Fabulous," and I've put it on here. And then I've added some sequins just to make it a bit sparkly, and I've added some glitter as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick tutorial for you people, and hope you enjoy it. So first thing is, how did I create the card base? So what you're going to need is an A4 piece of card, and I've used this cream coloured cardstock, which is really nice, like you know, the manila kind of card. So I use this, and all you're going to do to create this card base is fold it a long ways down the middle, and then from this side, I'll show you. So let's pretend this was here. So from the bottom, you're gonna, up here, you're gonna measure 5.5 inches up, and then you're gonna cut a line right to the corner of the page here, and that is going to create this shape. And then what I've done is I've got a 3.5 inch circle die, and I've just if it will focus. I've just put it through here like this, and I was initially going to die cut it, and I did die cut one piece, but I didn't like the marks it left. Let me show you. So if you can see, this is the reverse, and it left like an ever so slight indentation, which I didn't like. So then all I did was, when I've cut my slice off here, I've just gone round with a pencil and I've just cut it with a pair of scissors, and then this will give you this. So this basically is this little cone shape here, and then you've got your opening for your card base, and actually when you open it up, it's like a huge heart. So it was really fun to do this. And then for my embossed layer, this is the piece that I've embossed, and I've used a slightly different area of the embossing folder to create this piece. So then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to layer it on top of here. But before I do that, I've got some brown ink, and I'm just going to catch the edges of this piece, just to, you're not going to see the top bit, but I'm going to just do that, and then a bit more on the bottom, and then this is how it's looking. And I think I'm just going to go in with my finger and just give it another slight little rub. You can use your applicators and whatnot. I've not got any on hand at the moment. A lot of my stuff is packed up, but you can just catch it a bit here like that, just to pick up a bit more of the detail. And this is a washable ink, so I'm not going to stain my fingers. A bit more here. Okay. And that's how that's looking. So the detail has just popped slightly, and I'm just going to lay that on here, and then I'm going to trim this bit off. So I'm going to get some wet glue, and you can use any wet glue you like. And then I'm just going to put glue behind here, right to the tip, so it sticks. And then I'm going to layer this bit onto here. Make it nice and even with the bottom, like this. Give it a good rub down, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around, grab my scissors and just cut off that excess, because I don't need this bit, like that. And then this is what you're left with. So after that, I'm just going to adjust you slightly, like so. So after that, I'm going to grab some of my bits and pieces that I've got. So I have this, I've got some eyelash trim, I've got some tulle, I've got bits of lace, I've got a ton of flowers to the side here, which I'm just going to show you. So some Prima flowers, some Wild Orchid Craft ones, I've got some these doily fabric bits and pieces, and I used some of this on my last one, which I'm going to use again. So let's get assembling, and it's a really easy card to decorate, and the decorating part for me is the most fun bit. And not forgetting my doily, which I cut. So I'm going to cut this doily in half, because I'm going to layer it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this ruffled tulle trim down at the top. So let's get a section which is ruffled up. So I'm just going to roughly do it here, just chop it up. And I'm going to use some hot glue for doing all this. So just going to make like a smiley face design here, and I'm not going to be overly neat because most of it is going to start getting covered up. So let's put this down, and it's all about layering. Okay, and then I've got 1/2 of my doily here, which I think I want peeking just under here, and I'm going to chop off a bit more because it's too, like, it's coming down too much. So I'm going to probably have that just off here. So again, a bit more glue. Put this down here. I hope you're all enjoying the rest of whatever's left of the summer. This summer's been really fabulous. I've been, you know, work's been really busy, but all in all, it's been a wonderful, wonderful summer. And next, I've got some more lace pieces, like I shown you earlier. And I'm going to try and do it the opposite way of what I did on the last one. So on here, I'm just going to cut a little section off this lace, which I've had for God knows how long, sat in that box. So I'm going to use up as much as I can from that box. And then I'm going to layer that there. And again, just putting a bit of glue down. Not going to be too neat because it is going to be covered. And I can hear one of my neighbour's dogs. I bet you can as well. And then I have my other piece of doily, this bit here, which I want about there, I think. And then I'm gonna just put a tad bit of glue behind here and bob this down here like that. And then this tulle. Now, tulle comes in many different colours. This piece here is actually from, I think it was from a veil, like a wedding dress veil, that I got a long time ago for applique. So I've kept the tulle off it. And all I'm going to do is just take a section. So nothing neat, just a rough section. I'm going to put it between my fingers like that and create another cone shape, and then I'm going to give it a nice little chop like that, and it's going to create this fan shape. And I just feel like closing my window now. So this will then sit about here, just offset like that, and I'm gonna glue it down. But before I glue it down, I will be adding a paper flower. So I think with this one I'm going to go in with this green, okay, because the other one it was more like pink tones, and this one I want to keep in green tones. So let's do that again, and just going to give it another little chop here, a bit of a chop here, and then stick this down here. So just a bit of glue, a blob of glue rather, like that, and decide which way you want it. So I quite like it like this. Put this down, and then I'm going to add a bit more glue while I've still got it held down, and add my large flower. So this will hold it down more, like that. And then I've also got some eyelash trim here. So this is my first flower down, and this is basically holding the tulle like this. So you can spread it out as well. And then I'm going to actually just close this window. Sorry about that. So, like I said, I've got some tulle, and I'm going to tuck it here and there. But you can do that as you go along. So first thing I'm going to do before I put the tulle down, actually, I'm going to put some more flowers in. So I've got this white one here, which I quite like, just off here. So I'm going to start getting these flowers down and then keep tucking things in. Okay. And maybe this one will go behind here. Yeah, like that. Or maybe the pink one, actually. Quite like this pinkish toned, peachy pink one. That can just sit behind there. Add a bit more glue. And I've got some smaller flowers which I'm just gonna tuck in a second. And let's see, I love glittered flowers. I'm going to glitter them anyway, but it's handy if you've got already glittered flowers. Probably put this behind here. Pick these layers up. It's all about layering. And then I have these smaller ones here. So I'm going to start using some of this cream. Tuck that under there. So a lot of your layers do get like a lot of coverage, like this doily piece here is covered, but that's the fun in creating something. I think it needs to get covered as you go along, just to give it that extra depth and dimension. And then I've cut one of these into half, and this is a white one, and then I'm going to just tuck this behind here like that. So I'm going to add a bit of glue here and add that behind here, just to give it a bit of more of a lacy look at the side there. And then I want this doily lifted up a bit more, so I've got another piece. I have another piece of this cut in half, which I'm going to tuck kind of under here just to lift this paper doily up a bit more. So I'm not going to add any dimensional foam. I'm just going to add a piece of this doily, which will help support that bit, and it will just lift that doily up, so that doily is not going to go flat again, as you can see there. And then I've got some empty space up here, and I want to add I think I want to add pink, and I'm looking for a light pink, which I have here. So I think I'm going to add this pink flower just here. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then we'll add a bit more green. So I'm just going to get this stuck on. Sorry, I'm just off screen there. Let's get this stuck on. And then some green and some blue, just to break it up a bit. So let's add a bit of blue here probably. And wow, that dog's going crazy outside. And it's such a lovely day today. Really, really lovely day. I've got this baby's breath as well that I want to add, and that will probably go here just behind this flower. So just find a little space and put that through. I'm going to turn it because I want the pearls facing that way. So I'm going to trim it off a bit more and add glue to the bottom of here. And this will then be tucked inside that little area which I've shown you before, just about there, like that. And then I have this beautiful green, and I'm going to add more of the white with the yeah, that green looks really nice. I'm going to add white with the eyelash trim in a second, so that can just sit here. And now onto my eyelash. So I've got a fair bit here, and all I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to use any more of these flowers. If I do, I'll show you. So I'm just going to take bits off, just roll it around my finger and gather a bit like that, and then I'm going to tuck it in. So let's see where I want some of this. So I want some behind here, so I'm going to lift it up, add some glue and just tuck it in like that, and it just softens up the whole look. And I'm going to add a bit more, do the same thing, rip a bit off, just roll it around your finger like that. And then I think I want this, maybe, let's see, yeah, maybe here somewhere. Put it just there. Add your glue and then tuck this in. Be careful not to burn yourself. And that's how that's looking. Nice and shabby and pretty. And then just going to trim a bit more of this off because I don't like how it's flopping back. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little sentiment. So I've just printed a sentiment off, edged it with some brown ink, and this will be sitting about here. So I'm gonna just put a tad bit of hot glue just to hold it instantly. I'm gonna put it here. So sending smiles, and then I've got the Crafter's Companion twine, baker's twine in the natural colour. In fact, it came with the collection when I purchased it. And all I'm going to do is just grab enough to create a double bow. So I love adding bows to my project. You probably have noticed that already. And then, I'm sorry this video is a bit long, but I just thought I'd show the whole process of how I created my ice cream cone card. So that's what I'm going to do. Add this bow, just neaten it up, tighten it as well as you go, and adjust it as well. A bit more here. Okay, and then cut off your tails, and then you've got a bow ready for your project, like so. Just give these a little adjustment, and then this will just sit on the end here, and I'm gonna put it right here, like so. That looks so pretty. And then I'm gonna add my glitter, which is a very, very fun part of it. And I'm just going to open up that sheet that I used earlier, and some of the flowers are already glittered, so I'm just going to grab my glue and just touch the edges of some of the flowers and some of the stamens, and just add a tiny amount of, well, I say a tiny amount, I'm going to dip it, like drop a whole amount of glue on it. And because I'm not putting too much glue, it's just going to catch the smallest amount. You don't need a huge lot. And for my glue, I'm using this My Craft Studio Crystal Extra Fine Glitter. I don't have any chunky glitter, but I think chunky glitter would have looked amazing. Wow, look at that. And then tip it all out. And that's how that looks. Sparkly and yummy. And one last thing to do on the top is, put this glitter to a side, is add my sequins. Now I want to add some silver sequins, so I've just poured a few here from my silver and white pack. And the easiest way, like I keep saying, is just grab a bit of scrap card, add your glue to your scrap. I'm just going to put this here. So just a bit of glue like that, and grab your little tweezers, and then you just grab your sequins, drag it across, and then add them where you want. So just drag it across, and that one's fallen in the wrong area. Never mind, I'm just going to put it up here, just wipe that, and then I'm going to carry on doing that with a few more of these, like that. And I love putting sequins on the tool because I think it looks like it's floating, which is a nice little effect. And then one here, and probably just one more, and I'm going to add that one more just here, and I think that finishes the card. And then I just need to add my insert. So I've got my insert here, and I'm going to just edge it again with a bit of ink. Like that. And then this, put a bit of glue on it. Will sit on the inside, and this I just cut freehand just to match the cone shape. It's all about playing around and seeing what you can do. And that's the insert finished, and that is my card, and here's the other one. So they just came out so adorable, sending smiles. You are fabulous. And these are my beautiful ice cream cone cards. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm sorry it's a bit long, this video, but I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment for me below, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.